What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Zio, and we back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Molly Santana. Now, Molly Santana is actually an artist that I've been very interested in making a video about for a while now, especially after the original news of her leaving her label. But I never really got around to making it because y'all know how cooked my upload schedule is. But recently, after the breaking news of her leaving Victor Worldwide and Capitol Records to becoming an independent artist again, she then shortly after that performed at Rolling Loud for the first time ever in her career. What's going on, y'all? It's editor Zio. I was being a dickhead. I meant that this was the first Rolling Loud of her career independently, not of all time. She's performed at Rolling Loud multiple times, in fact, in the past, so I don't want to cause any confusion. This is her first Rolling Loud independently, where she also brought out Northwest to perform a song they have together. And now she's appearing on Drake's newest record, Iceman, where she has received a significant boost in monthly listeners on Spotify. I would deem that Molly Santana has been having for sure one of the most impressive months in the underground, in my opinion, and I think it's safe to say she's 100% my West Conference player of the month. I'll give the East to 9 Vicious and the shenanigans he pulled at and after Rolling Loud, sending shots at prominent father figure Playboy Cardi and the infamous Opium Verse character and former Disney star Opium Baby. Anyways though, moving on from that, Molly Santana, like many rappers in the women's realm of music that I like, was an artist that I would always ask myself, what's going on in their career and why aren't they bigger than they should be? I always ask that for artists like BK the Ruler, Rico Nasty, Tia Corinne, Flo Millie, and many more who, yes, are successful, don't get me wrong, but I think definitely could be bigger than they are. And for Molly, before this Drake feature shooting her up to the millions, I vividly remember Molly Santana sitting at 500,000 monthly listeners, and though she is known throughout the scene, don't get me wrong, just like the other women I mentioned so far in this video, yes, I can acknowledge that Molly Santana is successful in her own right, and I will never discredit that or ignore it, but she just wasn't relevant or a name being talked about in recent memory up until now. There just weren't many conversations with the name Molly Santana being brought up, but I also just see that as the artist life cycle. Sometimes you're talked about, sometimes you're not talked about. It's really just how the music is performing. And please don't get me wrong, because I'm very happy for Molly and her receiving attention, because I believe that if Molly draws the attention of the mainstream listeners' ear and leads them into the underground, this now means we may be potentially getting a new up-and-comer. I'm talking about a new Yeet. I'm talking about a new star. Not only that, but Molly gets to represent a new sound for the girls to get attached to in the mainstream, besides the Sexy Red, Ice Spice, Bunna B, Lotto, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, so on and so on, which I'm not saying they're bad artists at all, but I think this gives even more variety for the women's side in terms of hip-hop. And even though Molly's music isn't for me all the time, obviously I'm not the target demographic exactly, I can still acknowledge that it's fun, it's catchy, she has the look, she's colorful, very eccentric in her personality and the way she dresses, and not only that, but she's very quiet. She's never really been involved in anything controversial that I can think of outside of like that can shit, and I can't think of any notorious beef surrounding the name Molly Santana. So I think she's just a person who is likable and easy to root for. And of course there will be people who think there are rappers in the girl scene that should have gotten the spotlight of a Drake feature over Molly Santana, or just another rapper in general who should get the buzz no matter man or woman, but I'm actually not too upset at this, honestly. We gotta understand this is a Drake past his prime, and it's not like we're expecting anything groundbreaking to come from him. At this point, I think him using the power that he has to leverage and build up new artists is just impressive. That's like the most I can give him. One feature I could 100% get behind getting replaced for sure is that Stunna Sandy feature. That shit was trash, and I don't understand why we need her if we already got Ice Spice. We don't need any Ice Spice clones, I'm sorry. But back to Molly Santana, I definitely think I'm more so proud than anything else, just considering that this is an artist I've heard about for years now, dating all the way back to like 2022, 2023, definitely around the time she released Melange. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. It's the mixtape with the purple cover and her face is on it. Definitely I've heard about her since then, and though I'll always be a heavy BK the Ruler supporter in terms of my #1 for the girls in the underground scene, I just can't help but admit that I always love seeing the women's side win in general. So now that I got most of the good out of the way from this video, I must now get down to my one critique. I say one thing, but it's gonna be a few. I'm gonna start yapping. One thing I will say I worry about from here is how the numbers fluctuate throughout time and how Molly uses this opportunity to capitalize on her career. I think it's very important Molly not change her sound per se, but but definitely work on songwriting, work on better song structure, start working with the right producers and people who can help you improve as an artist all around, as she should. I feel like people give the artist too much bail nowadays and completely forget that artists are supposed to develop throughout their career, but that's if they want to be someone who has a memorable career for the future that people actually care about. Some artists are genuinely okay being a one-hit wonder or just being part of the times, having a little buzz, but if you're an artist who do want to have a long existing career, I think it's very important that you do develop yourself throughout, from album to album, song to song, mixtape to mixtape. Doesn't matter, just keep getting better throughout the years. If Molly wants to be the best artist that she can be, then she 100% has to develop, which is okay because she's only 21, bro. I'm 22, and I could tell you right now, I wouldn't know the first thing to do after getting a Drake feature or being featured on a Drake album, and I'm sure most artists wouldn't. And I don't know exactly how independent Molly is, but I do know she has really good connections. Like I said, she just performed at Rolling Loud for the first time after becoming independent with Kanye West's daughter, mind you. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Kanye West is not shit to me as a human being. Honestly, I despise him, but as a musician, it's not crazy to say that he is music royalty. So Molly performing with the king's daughter in that sense isn't something that's just light, especially at the time when she did it. She only had the 500,000 monthly listeners. Now imagine her skip forward today with 10 million she has now. Realistically though, I do imagine after Ran to Atlanta dies down, about 1 to 2 million monthly listeners would stay after listening to other songs from her and seeing if they enjoyed the rest of her catalog. I would hope she drops a song soon, maybe even an EP leading to a new album, considering that her last body of work came last year and she hasn't really dropped many singles since. But I do know she has an album coming soon titled Black Punk, and I would just think, in my head at least, that she didn't end up on a Drake song for no reason at all, especially a Drake song titled Ran to Atlanta, which is definitely a response back at Kendrick Lamar after what he said during Not Like Us, that Drake runs to Atlanta to basically steal their culture for his own personal gain. Not only that, but the second feature on this song is literally Future, which everyone knows Future helped kick off the beef with Kendrick and Metro Boomin on Like That. The fact that he's still even making songs with Drake or collaborating with Drake after everything that's transpired, that really shocked and surprised a lot of people. My homie Bad Boy Willie and I were having a conversation about this, and he made a really good point that I didn't think of. And I don't want to make it seem like we're creating conspiracy theories about a damn Molly Santana feature. We just love talking about music like a movie or a video game. But it does feel as if this song was kind of a promotional tool to push Molly Santana's career. First, I just want to talk about how Molly even got featured on this song in the first place. According to her, in an interview she did when questioned how she even made it onto Drake Man's Iceman album, she said that basically Drake DM'd her because they do follow each other. A while back, if you remember, in January, Drake had randomly followed Molly Santana, which for most people had us scratching our head in the underground figuring out what the hell was going on. But Molly goes on and says that basically Drake was being an ultra nice guy. You feel me? She says, I be chilling and got a DM from Drake because you know how we follow each other on IG. He was like, how much you charge for a feature? At first, I thought it was a fake account and didn't respond till he FaceTimed me. I was like, ain't no way I'll charge to be on the album. I can slide for free, but he insisted that business is business. I was confused and told him 100K, which is pretty. 100K for a Molly Santana feature is fucking absurd, but he was like, nah, that's too low. Too low is crazy. He then says, let's go 500,000. I said cool, and that was it. I mean, 500,000, who would not take that for a quick 16 bars? She also said that he's such a great guy and promised to give me a feature on my next project. He also linked me in Future. So to me, reading this, it seems as if Drake is supposed to be this overly genuine ass guy who randomly followed Molly Santana, wanted a feature so bad that he not only DM'd her but then FaceTime called her just so she knew he meant business. Then from there, he didn't just offer to pay Molly her feature price, but he 5x'd her feature price, connected her with Future, promised her a feature on her next album, and then put her on his most anticipated album in the past decade. And I guess we are supposed to just not question this at all or look too deep into it, I suppose. Right. But anyway, my homie has said that it's no coincidence that she's on the biggest song with two of the biggest artists. She's the first girl to even collaborate with Drake and Future on a song they've done together, And not only that, but it seems as if her verse was put on here as a launch pad considering what she kept saying. Molly Santana knew Hannah Montana, repeatedly putting her name out there, making sure you don't forget Molly Santana, Molly Santana, Molly Santana, Molly Santana. She the new Hannah Montana. And who followed Hannah Montana? The little ones, the little girls, the little boys, the kids of the generation coming up. And who did she do a new collaboration with at Rolling Loud? Northwest, who is how old? 12 years old. We also even got the music video for Ran to Atlanta that features Molly, and we also got a video of Drake co-signing Molly very heavily.
Molly Santana, biggest in the game. Are you guys fucking dumb? The girls are about to get rinsed, washed this year. For real. Coming from a big 6'5".
Ice girl bussy.
Ice girl bussy. You guys dumb?
Which makes me question, is this whole song just a rollout of some sorts for Molly Santana? And I think her leaving the label may have been the soft launch for her to go crazy independently with the Rolling Loud performance, with the Northwest collaboration, and now a feature on a highly anticipated Drake album. And who honestly knows what's next for her? Because if you were to tell me 2 years ago, a year ago even, that Molly Santana would be where she is, I wouldn't really believe you. But I also wouldn't think that it's impossible. I personally think that Molly is in a great spot right now as an artist, and sure, there's maybe a chance that someone is in the background that we don't know right now that she may be working with or even working under, that is pulling the strings of her career. I don't really know 100%, but I'm definitely interested to watch how this plays out, because the summer is coming and an album from her is coming as well, from what I'm aware. And this is quite literally the perfect chess move for Molly to take over and show people that she can be the next it girl if things go all well. What's going on? It's your boy Zio. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you greatly. I just want to let y'all know that just before I end the video, that I am a fan of Molly Santana. I do believe Molly Santana is actually going to be on the XXL freshman cover. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but if I'm right, don't say I didn't tell you. And I'm very, very interested to see how this storyline goes. Like I tell y'all, I love to watch and view the music industry like WWE, because there's so many parallels that you just would not think there be. And so I'm bought into this storyline in the diva division, you feel me? But I hope the best for Molly Santana. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm definitely gonna be in there. I want to talk to y'all. I want to pick y'all brains, see how y'all feel, and I'm definitely gonna be right back with another video for y'all, because I got a lot of shit that I need to catch up on. So I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace out, stay safe, I love y'all, and go read, go learn something new today, grow your brain, go eat, go outside, just be productive, you feel me? It's been your boy Zio. I'm signing out of here. Bye.